I'm going to walk everyone through a sheet that I created to help my clients and I plan out their machine learning initiatives. And the reason that I created the sheet in the way that I did is because I've had a lot of machine learning implementations go very well, and I've had some that frankly didn't go so well. And I've learned my mistakes, and so now these are the questions that I ask to make sure that not only we have a good use case, but also we have the backing of the company and we have consensus so that the implementation actually goes the way that it should. I broke this up into 4 different colors here, and each color represents a different phase of the planning process. So the first is green, and this is where we're really looking at the problem, the impact of the problem, what do we think the root causes are, how does this impact the person that I'm speaking with directly, and then what does life look like after this challenge is at least partially resolved, right? We're never going to be able to completely resolve a problem, but let's say we took churn from 10% to 5%, then that would be a really big help. Then we're looking at these specific KPIs that we want to improve. How do we know that we can improve it? This is actually something that most people don't ask. We assume, oh, cool, we want to get our retention from 90 to 95%, but whoever said that it could ever go to 95%, even if you threw all the money at the world at that problem? And then really looking at what are the steps in the past that have been taken to improve it, and what process do you currently have in place to improve it? The reason that this is so important, this last one, is because if you don't have a process currently in place, it's going to be even more difficult to not only create a machine learning initiative, but then also create a new process around that. This orange grouping of questions here is really centered around understanding what people and what departments are not only impacted by this KPI or use case, but also who are the people that you need to build consensus with, whether they agree with the problem, whether they don't agree with the problem, and who are the people that you need to help you to implement machine learning to actually get the results that you want. And then lastly, the ROI. For the green and the blue, you answer the questions here. For the orange, you actually come over here to this next tab and you fill it out. So this is where you would put the impacted departments. Maybe it's finance, maybe it's marketing. And then departments that you need help from. Maybe you just need help from IT, as well as, of course, needing help from finance and marketing. And then down here, you actually put the specific people. So maybe Sally is impacted because she leads the customer success team, and we have not spoken with her about the initiative. But so now what this tells us is that we need to go talk to Sally to get her a feedback and opinion. And also, what is her take on this problem? And does Sally even think that there's a problem? Maybe Joe from marketing, we have spoken with Joe, huge problem, and he wants to help solve. And then again, these are the people that maybe are not directly impacted by this problem, but then they need to actually, but you need Meredith. Let's say Meredith from IT. And then over here, what resources? Maybe Meredith and her team are slammed for the next 6 months, so it's going to be tough to get their help. Or perhaps they just finished up a big project and they are planning for the next quarter. And then lastly, we're going to go over here to the ROI example. So I have 3 examples here. I have an employee retention, a customer retention, and then a 12-month lifetime value example here. Let's just take a look at employee retention. Up at the top here, you'll see this is where you're going to put in how many employees you have. For this example, let's say you are a Fortune 100 company. You have 15,000 employees, and your current retention rate is 85%. If you want to get that number up by 1%, you put 85 in here, and then you put the 1% here, and all the blue are going to automatically change. The green are hard-coded by you. Again, it will automatically calculate how many employees are retained and how many employees lost. Then you put in the average salary, and then the cost of turnover. And then it will calculate what is the cost of the turnover per employee, and then it will calculate the cost of your current turnover, and then the cost of the potential turnover, and then it will tell you the value of improving your employee retention by 1%. I know this is a very simple example. There's a lot of other factors that go into this. The point of this is not to be an exhaustive ROI calculator. It is a starting point to get you thinking about the potential value of using machine learning for different use cases within your business. And that is really the point of this entire document, is to be able to get a starting point and to better understand what departments are impacted by this use case, who are the people that are impacted, and who are the people in the departments that you need help from to have a successful machine learning implementation. I'm going to put my email in the first comment below, and email me if you would like a copy of this template.